In a world of 24-hour rolling news networks, there is always a camera filming somewhere in the world, and it was inevitable it would capture something extraordinary at some point. This peculiar event was filmed over the skyline of Milwaukee, Wisconsin in the early hours of February 27, 2018. A Fox News tower camera filmed a swarm of bright lights moving erratically above the city, leaving what appeared to be trails of light in their wake. We can hear the two news anchors' confusion over what they are witnessing in the clip.
What the heck
Where
is that?
You see it, right?
I'm actually, yes,
Okay.
I do see it.
Okay.
It's getting weirder by the second.
I know.
It's like they're sticking around.
We're gonna do some
Anybody?
digging and figure out what that is. Back in a moment.
It is such a bizarre sight, at least 30 brightly lit objects moving and zigzagging across the screen, with trails of light behind them as they move, sometimes brightly lit and sometimes dimming. Amy DuPont, a reporter who was on location, was asked by producers if she had any further information on the sighting from her vantage point.
Well, mystery solved. About 30 minutes later, we're sitting in our truck here outside the Milwaukee County Courthouse, and we heard them. Birds. Alfred Hitchcock, move over. This is the birds scene right here in Milwaukee. We're a little bit worried that they might drop a few presents on us. So far, we've been clear. Yeah, there are just a huge flock of seagulls here this morning, but there they are. Now that the sun's up, you can see no aliens here in Milwaukee, just a lot of seagulls. So hope you enjoyed this.
Birds would certainly be the most believable option. However, the odd illumination and apparent light trails they leave in their wake defy explanation. We were able to speak with the Illinois MUFON State Director Sam Moranto and question him about the possibility of it being seagulls. He said that while seagulls like to catch thermals and can fly quite high, generally they are low-flying birds, which makes the objects in the video out of character. For him, the biggest stumbling block was the apparent speed and size of the objects. If they are in the light of the brightly lit area, as they appear to be, then they must be some distance away and they appear to be moving at such a fast rate. Overall, he seemed less than convinced that they were in fact seagulls. We had our own researchers analyse the footage, and they said that while it is possible that it's a flock of birds, it is extremely difficult to pinpoint this as the exact cause of the display. We'd not know what camera is being used or its technical specifications, so this makes in-depth analysis difficult. At first we thought that if they are birds, then perhaps if it was filmed at a slow rate then it was just motion blur causing the apparent light trails. At times the objects even appear to quiver, and that could be the beating of their wings. However, as we can see in the video, the red flashing lights from the nearby cell towers pulse steadily, so that became a less likely option. There is the possibility that the camera is exaggerating its illumination, and there is a lack of light where it is filming, and maybe it is trying to overcompensate, but as the objects are surrounded by a haze of light pollution, we struggle to find what makes them so bright. If they are birds reflecting the light, they seem to glow and dim without explanation. If they are being lit by a single light source as opposed to ambient light, we should be able to pinpoint it, but mysteriously, we cannot see any cause for the illumination in the footage. Our researchers looked into other biological possibilities for this bizarre event. The only other animal we could think of which could possibly cause this would be the humble gnat. If a swarm of gnats close to the camera had accidentally been lit from a source just off screen, then maybe they could have caused this perplexing incident. We just cannot tell from the footage where the swarm is exactly, as there are no points of reference available. Of course, there is a raft of reasons that this is unlikely. It is the end of February, where the average temperature in Milwaukee sits around 0 to -7, and while some species of gnat are highly resistant to cold, a correspondent in Wisconsin assures us that there are no gnats out this time of year. While we are aware that there are some species of gnat that migrate and may just be passing through, this theory falls squarely under pure speculation. Seeing such a swarm of illuminated objects did however make us think of a meteor shower, and as it happens, according to the American Meteor Society, there are two meteor showers that would have been visible around that time, the Anthelian shower and Virginids. However, as well as Milwaukee's light pollution making such an impressive meteor display unlikely, the objects also change direction mid-flight. While comets break up in the atmosphere, which may change their course, they would still maintain a straight or arched trajectory. So this still doesn't seem like the most likely explanation. There is an outside chance this could be an as-yet undiscovered astrological event. On the 1st of March this year, it was reported on Fox6Now.com that there was an unconfirmed meteor which lit up the night sky over Milwaukee on February the 28th, a day after the mysterious swarm was filmed. This was captured on dashcams and a rooftop camera from the University of Wisconsin and was analysed by editor of astronomy magazine Alison Klesman. Klesman says that the meteor technically qualifies as a fireball, which is any meteor that is brighter than -4 on the magnitude scale. Perhaps what was filmed was a new type of meteor shower, or some form of undiscovered aurora borealis which has reached down to the Midwest. Or maybe, just maybe, when all other avenues of investigation have been exhausted, what we witnessed was an alien swarm. In other news of the unusual, in the wake of the United States government's admission of interest in UFOs, Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe and his cabinet staff released a statement February the 27th that said the existence of UFOs has not been confirmed, nor has the government made any particular consideration of how to respond should one fly into Japan. University of Buckingham Honorary Research Fellow Barry D. Gregorio said recently that the imprints found in rocks by NASA's Curiosity Mars rover last month could represent trace fossils left by previous life forms on the Red Planet, and that NASA has a vested interest in denying the existence of life on Mars. NASA has stated that the marks are a result of crystal growth similar to the formation of gypsum crystals. A giant, skinny man with a large pair of wings and red eyes was reportedly seen outside of a TA truck stop just south of the Wisconsin border in Illinois on February the 18th at around 11:30 p.m. The report was submitted to Manuel Navarrete of UFO Clearinghouse, who interviewed the witness, afterwards stating that the man seemed sincere, albeit frightened and bewildered. If you enjoy our videos, please consider supporting us on Patreon. Your support will help the channel grow and bring bigger and better paranormal content. You also get exclusive access to our Discord channel, where you can chat with members of the Restricted Access team, as well as other like-minded paranormal enthusiasts. The link is in the description below. And finally, a thank you to James Sagstetter, our first top-tier supporter. Thanks for supporting Restricted Access, you're an actual hero.